Hello everyone, my name is David Rimiard, and today I'll be talking to you about mental illnesses and urbanization. So, it is of common knowledge that mental illnesses diagnoses have grown tremendously in the recent years. Thus, researchers such as Trivedi, Sareen, and Diani have observed a familiar phenomenon with the migration of individuals from rural areas towards cities because cities offer a lure of better employment, education, healthcare, and culture. But are these two phenomena related to one another? My research question is: are people who live in urbanized area more subject to developmental illnesses? And according to the tremendous hours of research I've done on this subject, researchers have come to a common ground. Therefore, my thesis is people who live in urbanized area are more subject to develop mental illnesses because of the clash of cultures, their environment, and their living standards. So to begin with, since cities are often the economic core of a country, state, province, or whatsoever, most individuals who immigrated in a new country tend to move there, and often these people have to face great amounts of stress because they are pressurized to find jobs, need to adapt to their new country by learning the languages and mores of the dominant culture. Thus, they are subject to stress of adaptation. According to Maldonado, there's a relationship between stress and the development of mood disorder like anxiety, depression, and etc. Not only are people who live in urbanized area prone to have a stressful environment, but they also live with racism. Racism, excuse me, racism affects everyone differently. And for some individuals, racism can be a traumatizing event that can cause emotional distress and further mental illnesses. Thus, by living in a multicultural society, individuals of different ethnicity are more subject to be victims of racism and furtherly develop mental illnesses. Consequently, these people tend to regroup themselves together and live in different sectors of the city. For instance, in Montreal we have Chinatown, we have Little Italia, we have a group for the Greek people, and many more. All these people live within the same block, road, or even a small little region of the city. This leads the individuals to withdraw from society and enclose themselves with their own culture. And when getting out their comfort zone, it may cause anxiety or emotional distress. Also, the accessibility to alcohol and drugs is increased in urbanized area because there are more people. According to Sachs, the abuse of any substances over a long period of time can cause mental illnesses, such as a psychotic state. It is also known that the accessibility to marijuana with high potency is greater in cities, making drug usage more popular amongst teens and preteens, which may cause which the usage may eventually cause psychosis and schizophrenia. Cities are known to have one of the highest rates of poverty, and individuals who live in extreme poverty are known to have serious mental illnesses. Because according to the Canadian Mental Health Association, individuals with untreated mental illnesses have to face many social barriers, such as work, education, and relationship issues with their partner, or family members, which may lead to them being put aside, stigmatized, and discriminated, causing depression, anxiety, and other similar illnesses. In addition, these people are also subject to substance abuse, which worsens their mental state and also their health. Another important aspect to consider is the sex industry. Many individuals who live in poverty or are victims of mental illnesses often turn to a quick chance at making some cash. Thus, the sex industry may lead to serious mental scars on the individuals affected. It's important to remember that the sex industry isn't only for adults, because an article in Vancouver reported that between 2010 and 2013, 722 females did sexual favors for money, and they were only 14 or younger. Goldenberg 2017. Now, it's important to remember that those children are forever marked by this abuse. At this age, they are not even supposed to be exposed to this. And according to Freud, when we are young, we tend to develop our personality, and what might have traumatized us at a young age will follow us all our life. Therefore, the chance that we develop mental illnesses due to trauma when we are young is heightened than when we are adult. The urbanized area is also subject to noise pollution, crowded areas, traffic, and a fast mode of life. Thus, these may be really stressful for a family that has just migrated from a rural sector into the city. In short, these families can be subject to developmental illnesses such as stress, anxiety, and can even lead to the break of the family. I would like to conclude that mental illnesses aren't issues that are only seen in urbanized environments or multicultural societies, but they are everywhere. Thus, it is important to raise awareness on the subject and fight it in every way we can, because nowadays we are surrounded by constant activities and our free time is shrinking by all our obligations. Thus, it is important to take care of ourselves. Thank you. Have a good day.